Well, trading is closed on March 5th, 2020. Let's go over our calls. We said that typically this rally would continue at least to this point, just a few points higher, and the only thing that would kill it would be if we gapped under these lows, which we did. So that was the one thing that would kill the rally, and that's what happened. Look for the pattern with the early high. This was it. Tomorrow's pattern is the early low. Here was an ultimate buy signal that worked. MEJT said this rally would retrace, said this drop would retrace, and that's already played out. Since we can't rely on that, we have to rely on other things. Well, this is a pretty gruesome rally, over 100 handles. But you should notice a few things about it. Here was your first drop, and this overlapped. Here was your next drop, and that overlapped. In fact, all these things overlapped. And overlapping drops, by definition, aren't impulsive. And at some point, not necessarily tomorrow, they tend to retrace. It's also possible to count this, not the only count. There's an ending diagonal triangle with A, B, C, D, and E. Now, I don't know if that's the right count, but if it is, we're going over this high. In addition, we dropped all day, and here's the close. It was over all these lows, and actually over the lows of the initial drop down, which was 2 days ago. So this breathtaking drop couldn't close under all these lows. So for now, at least, the lows are holding. That might change tomorrow, but if it doesn't change, if instead we open up, that's bottoming formation. Here's what we said. We said I still look for 3188 at some point, but it's not carved in stone. Well, here was the initial count. Here's the alternate count. All of them have this first drop, and this is the next leg. And this could be ABC here, but I'm looking for the next leg to have 3 waves, ABC like this, which should require one more rally at some point. Here's what we have. Friday's pattern has the early low. Typically, it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. Failure is a big drop in the first 2 hours, and if that happens, more weakness is coming. There's an employment report tomorrow. It's usually a market mover. I'm not going to predict the reaction, so anything I say should be taken with a grain of salt, because the reaction to the employment report could make all this analysis worthless. But the wave count and the overlapping nature of today's drop argue for it retracing at some point. Drop couldn't take us below midday lows and Tuesday's lows. Argues for a rally tomorrow, but it's dependent, the call is dependent upon us trading promptly over today's high, which would demonstrate an inability to, which would indicate recent lows were holding. If you gap down instead, the pattern's ruined and the call's killed. If it is an ending diagonal, the entirety of this drop should be retraced. So we're not going to wager any money until we know what the employment report says. But if we trade up, it means these lows have held. We should break through this high and probably hit 31.3679. Not necessarily in a day, but the next leg up, which I'm hoping, not guaranteed, will hit 31.88. If that happens, we should be followed by a huge drop for the next leg down, and that's today's call.